Hey there, Susan Vineyard here. I wanted to do a video today of how you can put a kayak on top of your car all by yourself with a setup that costs under $200. So I'm going to start by showing you the components, and then once I get them mounted on the car, I'll show you how it looks. But stay tuned. Okay, so this is basically the contents of some boxes I got today from REI, plus a bath rug that I bought at Big Lots. And all of these things that I'm going to show you are going to allow me to put my 12-foot kayak, about 45-pound kayak, on top of my 2015 Toyota Corolla all by myself. So here we go. So this rug I got at Big Lots. It was a little more than I wanted to pay. I went to Goodwill, but they didn't have anything. So I ended up paying 15 bucks for it. But it's, you know, a nice big one, and it'll be protecting the hood on my car, so it's worth it. And then here's the box of the kayak boat roller that I bought from REI. It's called a SurePack. And it looks like that when you take it out and put it together. And that's going to help assist me get the kayak on the roof, obviously. And then I'm going to use these foam kayak pads, which are sold as a kit if you want to buy it that way for about 70 bucks. And it comes with some straps, but I didn't like the straps that were in the kit, so luckily REI sells these blocks as replacement blocks, so I just bought the replacement blocks and bought my own straps. So these were the two that I chose according to the sizes that were in the kit. And then these are like the handiest thing ever. My friend Debbie Groom introduced me to these. She's an avid kayaker and carries kayaks on her car pretty consistently. And what these are you put this under the hood and close it, and it secures it inside under the hood without having to attach to anything inside. And then you attach, obviously, the bow or the stern strap to the other end. Same thing goes in your trunk. I know on my car, if I want to secure something, I have to go all the way down underneath the car. And to do that with these tie downs and stuff, it's just going to mess up the paint. So these things are really cool. I really like them, and they're about 15 bucks a piece. But just keep in mind, everything that you're looking at here was under $200. And I was looking at racks, load assist racks that were going to run me, all said and done, when I got everything I needed, $1,400. So that's just out of my ballpark. So this is what I'm doing. Stay tuned. I'll show you what it looks like when I got it all put together. Okay, so we're ready to go now, and I'm going to take you around the vehicle and show you how it went. It went really well, by the way. I would say ordinarily it should take no more than about 40 minutes to set up if you're going to wash your car, which you should, because the foam blocks, you know, anything that you put on top of your car is going to vibrate, and if you've got any kind of dirt particles, it's going to grind into the paint. So I washed my car, and then I set it up for the very first time. It went really smooth, I'm happy to report, but it's the first time, so it takes longer than when I do it moving forward. So I'm going to guesstimate in the future. I'm still going to allow a half an hour to get it set up because I'm going to want to wash my car. Okay, so stay tuned. So this is what she looks like with the kayak on top. And I'll walk you through, I'll walk you around and show you how we got there. So I've got a kayak caddy that I can roll my kayak to wherever I want to go when I get there. So I rolled my kayak to the back of my car, and I had the rug over the trunk area, and you can see the position of the roller, and they give you all the directions anyway, but those two side cups have levers that make it suck down to the windshield, and it's important that that's clean too so it adheres properly. And then I just walked my kayak up and set the nose on that roller and rolled it right up on those blocks. But if there's some prep on the blocks before you can get to that process. So here are the blocks, and if you go to the manufacturer's website, which I'll include links to, they have a nice little video about how to put these together. Well, they recommend that you add the block to the kayak before you put it on the top of your car, but that assumes you have help and you're lifting it over. I couldn't do that, so what I did was I placed the blocks and battened them down through the back door and the front door, just temporarily so that I could get the kayak up there. And then I fastened the kayak to the block and then fastened the kayak to the car. So the block in the installation that the manufacturer recommends isn't actually attached to the car, it's attached to the kayak. So I'm going by their recommendation. And then I've watched a couple of other videos where some other ideas came in mind, which includes this wrap around the kayak. So rather than just strapping over it and through the car, I actually circle around it so that it's got some extra hold. And for my car, it's possible with a 15-footer, but Corollas are pretty small, so I would suggest maybe up into a 20-footer. The 9-footer is just for holding the kayak to the blocks, so that's fine. And the other thing I like about these blocks, if you notice there's an opening at the bottom, a split opening. That's so that if you do get good hard racks, that you can use the blocks on those racks. So I like that feature a lot, because I plan to get something better someday. And so the last thing you need to know about is the bow and stern tie downs. And I'm glad I went with this product. It's really easy. It feels really stable, like it's going to last a long time. It seems to be engineered to protect my car. So I really like it a lot. And so that you could see where the holder's just those T-shaped straps that I showed you. One in the front, one in the back, and you're ready to go. You don't have to worry about going all the way under or anything like that. So the straps were making some noise, and so I stopped and adjusted them. So I twisted them through the bottom, which was a recommendation that somebody had, and it worked really well. I did it on this one too. Didn't need it so much, more on the other side. But everything held really well, and I'm really happy with the result of this thing. The other thing I was going to mention is the boat loader roller that I showed you earlier. You know, some people don't use that at all, and they just use the rug to lift it up. I like the roller because it gets it up high enough to actually load flat onto the rack, and it gives me that roller assistance. So for me, that's why I chose it. But if that's not important to you, you can save yourself $50 and just use the little rug that you probably already have at home somewhere. I didn't, so I had to buy one. Anyway, we're on our way to Crater Lake. Truman says hi, and we'll talk again next time.